Yeah. What up, world? It's your boy Kobang, man, and you are watching Heritage Hip Hop. Hey, yo, Chuck, what up, my nigga?
All right, everybody, welcome back to Heritage Hip Hop Season 2. And look, I got an up-and-coming MC who's not really up-and-coming. If you haven't done your homework, you wouldn't know his history.
Facts.
Introduce yourself to the people.
Hey, yo, man, I go by the name of Kobang, man. Co-Busy, the most gritty. You know, Bruce Bang, Nigga Damas, you know, King Kobang. I got a lot of names, man. I go by many names. You already know, you know, born in Newark, raised between Newark and Irvington. You know, been doing this for as long as I can remember. Yeah.
Well, one thing I like about what I've researched about you is your style has grown over the years that you've been rhyming, and you represent a certain aspect of the hip hop culture that's not really present in the mainstream, and that's accountability. So how did you formulate this? What made you grow as an MC and develop the style that you have now?
I mean, not to sound, you know, like cheesy or nothing like that, but I just always been tied to the vein of it, you know. It's ever since a kid, you know, I was only 5 when Biggie album first dropped, you know, but I can remember that CD, you know what I'm saying? I can remember hearing Notorious Thugs and all that for the first time, and I'm like, oh, what's this? You know, and kids wasn't gravitating to lyrics at 6, 7 years old. You know, I was listening to Nas is like, and, you know, things like that. I always drew the lyricism, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, just doing my homework as I got older, once I decided I really wanted to get serious with it, and doing my homework and just, you know, studying the culture and seeing where it came from, man, you know, it's just always been in my heart, you know what I'm saying? Just stay true to it. You know, the art form, because it's an art form, man. It's a whole story behind it, it's a history behind it, you know, hip-hop saved lives, you know?
So for what you said, is Biggie and Nas your two more influential inspirations into the game?
Yo, believe it or not, the first person that made me want to rap, because I love music, like I said, ever since I could get high, you know. But the first person that made me want to rap was DMX. Like,
okay.
His first album is Dark and Hell is Hot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember I basically like raked leaves and cleaned up the house, you know what I'm saying, to get that money. And my grandmother gave me, it was my first $20 bill, and she like, you know, what you want to do with it? And I'm like, buy a tape. That was the first thing that came to my mind, buy a tape.
Mm-hmm.
And I went, I bought the cassette, you know, and I convinced her to give me the clean version, like, you know, because when she seen the title, like, oh, what's this? You know, but it was what I wanted to hear, you know. And, I don't get that feeling listening to music no more, you know. And that's really my inspiration, like the feeling behind it, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what it was for me, to open that CD and just, you know, 90s summers, you know, going on rides with Mom Dukes, or, you know, wait till the sun go down and play Manhunt. His name is Hot, you know. I don't get that feeling no more listening to the music, you know, and that's just what always drew me to it.
Well, then that's an interesting concept that you brought about, is the feeling, because when you first get into hip hop, you emulate somebody.
Yeah,
you don't find your voice yet.
True.
So, what was your first voice, and what did you sound like?
I used to get Styles P a lot.
Okay.
Growing up on a lot, so because I ain't gonna really put my top 5 in no order, but you know, for me, it would probably be, I say Nas, SP, Kiss, Black Thought, you know what I mean, and definitely like Red, you know.
Okay.
Red is a big influence too, you know what I'm saying, but yeah, for me it was Styles at first, you know. When I was young, I used to rap on the block, you know. I used to be on like Grove Street, 19th, all that, you know, my boys, and I'd be rhyming, and this is like 14, 15. They like, yo, youngest sound like Styles. He sound like Styles. And it would piss me off though, because I was really listening to him all the time. Like at that time, it was Locks over everything. And you know, he was the first one that I really just, you know, kind of like bounced off, you know what I'm saying, as far as finding my way, you know. And then as time progressed, I just became my own. I really can't compare myself to anybody now, you know.
And that's amazing that you said your top 5. I was going to ask you about that in a specific way, but since you went there, let's go there.
Right.
As I've listened to you over your what your output was for years and progressed, I hear a lot of Black Thought in your voice. Not in your style,
right.
in your voice. And the reason why is because Black Thought is known to use words and to use word placement at a time where when you think he's gonna say something, you get stuck.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that in a lot of your rhyme patterns. So, not to talk about your progression only, let's talk about you as the MC now. How dangerous is the pen, and how do you use that weapon?
I mean, the pen is limitless, man. Like I've now I'm at a state where I don't even write the same. You know, before it was you know, when I first learned to write, you know, basically what started me rapping. My stepfather used to rhyme, right? You know, I'll get even deeper into it. My stepfather used to rhyme. I was about maybe 10 or 11. He got caught up for, you know, gun charge, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And me and his younger brother, my uncle, we would write raps to him. You know, we would write letters to him. And you know, he would, you know, write me back like, you know, it's cool, but you know, you writing 4 bars at a time thinking that's a verse. You know, you got 12 bars saying you got 3 verses. You know what I mean? You gotta, you know, he showed me the format, change your rhyme pattern every 4 bars. It's 4, 4, 4, 4, you know, 16. So I'm like, all right, cool. You know, I ran with that. But then, you know, as time went along, it just, you know, I just learned, like, you know, you literally could break the rules of rap. That's the point of rap. You know what I'm saying? Freedom of speech and just being able to take something and make nothing, you know? You know what I mean? Like I could say something as simple as, you know, I want to be standing on green like the grass I'm on or something, you know what I mean? And that could mean something to somebody, you know? So, like, I just learned to break the rules of rap and just, you know, there's no limits, man. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I guess, like, it's crazy. Like, I didn't even realize how it came together over time, you know?
Okay.
But it's crazy.
Well, check this out, though. This is something that amazed me about you and what you just said.
Right.
Hip-hop was born out of Expressionism.
Yeah.
And now we're living a time where being an expressionist is alien to the art form.
Yeah, it is.
So,
no distinction.
as a person who has not only developed his voice and his own style, how important is it for you to stand out as an individual, yet be an artist that upholds an entire culture?
It's very important because being yourself is what makes you stand out in the culture. You know, you look at any of the legends or anybody that made a print, they didn't come in having that mind state. They might have, you know, but they didn't come in having that mind state. They just knew they wanted to be them. You know what I mean? And that's kind of where the breaking the barriers comes from, because you're going to have a million people telling you, or you shouldn't write like this, or you should be doing these type of beats, or you should be rapping about this. You know how many times I had somebody beat my head about a trap record, you know? And the most recognized record I ever got is something socially conscious, you know what I'm saying? Or just me being who I am, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause it's no pretend. You know, like, I've never sat at the cool table. You know, I've always been the kid between the tracks. So, like, being distinct is just something that was in my heart, you know what I mean? And once I projected it through the music, you know, it shows, hence why, you know, we can talk about this right now, you know what I'm saying? So, it's very important. You just gotta be yourself, man. You know what I mean? When you stick to your own, you know, your own mind and your own dreams, the people are label you know, whatever they want to label it, but you just gotta, you know, put your blinders on it and do what you do, you know, 1 foot forward.
Yeah, I feel that, because when talking to you, I know you took your top 5, you put your top 5 in, but I know you know history when it comes to hip hop.
Yeah.
Especially after listening to the Bruce Bang joint, and seeing a lot of the visuals that you put out. Let's talk about 77. All right, because that really touched my heart, because not only did you want to just rhyme and respect for the culture, you actually put the culture on a visual standpoint with the trains,
and
the
show
people
where
in
it came from, the
break
buildings,
dancing,
the South Bronx in the 70s. And,
Yeah.
you know, New York was being run by, like, not even politicians. You know, it was a bunch of, like, corporate white collar dudes running New York. Like, the politicians didn't even control New York at the time. And you know, we was being sent to war. You know, civil rights movements was basically still fresh. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot going on. You know, and we was in a state of almost Great Depression again. You know, and hip hop saved lives, man. Like, it literally created opportunities for us and made a way. Like, you got people who done changed their lives all the way around, or, you know, would be deceased or incarcerated right now. You know, and changed lives around them. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, this platform of music back then, they said this music would not make it. In 2 years, 5 years, by 85, they didn't see this music lasting. You know, they didn't see us on Billboard. They didn't see us winning Grammys. They still don't want it. You know what I mean? When you look at the culture, they still don't want it, you know? And it saved lives, you know what I mean? And that's why to see it, you know, taking the form it is now, it hurts sometimes, you know what I mean? Because it's this emptiness, you know, when I look at this generation.
But let's look at the dichotomy of hip-hop as the past and hip-hop of the present and hip-hop of the future.
Right.
From what you said, like, you know, the time and process of New York in 77, hip-hop was ran by corporate people who didn't have the best for the inner city. Isn't that what's going on in music now?
Yep.
Don't we have corporate venom in the veins of the hip-hop culture that's killing it, where as all the videos we've seen in the 90s and early 2000s, when they said in the future hip-hop will be underground, you will not have real hip-hop like you have it now. Isn't that fortune telling, if not history repeating itself in the cipher and dynamics of hip hop?
In a sense, yeah.
We'll talk about it. What you feel about it?
And I deal with that all the time too, because it's like the only thing I feel like that kind of what you want to say distinguishes the past from the present, because it is a lot of similarities as far as the music. Like we had our our ignorance and our poison, so to speak. But I feel like our generation was more real and raw than even with if they gave you the negativity, they gave you the real with it too. Like, okay, cool, I had this, I had this Benz, I had this, I had that, but this can happen to you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going through this so you don't go through it. You know what I'm saying? You don't. It's like this. I feel like this generation is just a little more glamorized. You know
the industry and the mainstream is what's killing the game.
In the mainstream, because it's like back in the day, you could actually make a song with some substance and it could make you dance and people would like it. Like, it's like when you speaking about anything with any meaning or any knowledge or just real words, people automatically get turned off. Like people almost get disgusted by the truth now. It's like, you know what I mean? And it's kind of, it reflects the generation, because I feel like it makes life easier to deal with, with everything that goes on out here. The kids want to be ignorant to the fact of what's going on the reality, because everything's a party, it soothes the pain, I guess, And back in the day, it was more on a platform, because there's real music out here, it's just not being put on a certain platform.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Yes, y'all, and you don't stop until the beat, y'all, rock on. Yes, y'all, and you won't stop. Kobang, no, we got to beat the short shot, come on. Once upon a time, not too long ago, where the days pass fast and they live life slow. There was a young spitter by the name of Kobang, with dreams that weave a web worldwide from the domain. Adidas and gold chains, Kango and gold rings. Dope boy fresh, snort a line through your nose, fam. Outside my window every day they grinding like slow jams. The home of the have-nots, nickel bags and back blocks. Born to lose, built to survive. I've been unplugged, rebellious to the program, I still won't comply. In fact, I'm willing to die before I ever compromise or put a price on my mind or on the soul that's inside. I shed the light in the dark, can't say the same about y'all. You tell them what's at the top, but now what brings you to fall. See, that's the ways of the coon that make it hard for me to stay in the room with a whack rapper from the womb to the tomb. You dig? Yes, y'all, and you don't stop until the beat, y'all, rock on. Yes, y'all, and you won't stop. Kobang, no, we got to beat the short shot. Come on, yes, y'all, and you don't stop until the beat, y'all, rock on. Yes, y'all, and you won't stop. Kobang, no, we got to beat the short shot. Come on. I smoke, roll up that thunder, the loudest of ganja. I never slumber, always focus, you flows like a plumber. Dreams of a hustler, push the Audi drop for the summer. Haters wanna be me, but can see me like Stevie, I wonder. What does it take to tug a plate? My mama raised a thugger, ain't scared to rest my head and get bread in other states. Cause every day around my way it's just another weight. Shots fired, tears sliding down another mother's face. I thank God that I made it beyond grateful. You softer than grateful. They trade deuce and give them Jesus. I spank snares and put a beating on the break loops. Sick-minded, bored with fever, eager to chase flu. Woo, you need to slow down, baby. I'm trying to write me up a line to make the whole crowd crazy. I stage dive and crowd surf without a lifeguard. I just want y'all to check the rhyme. Rest in peace to Fife, y'all. Yes, y'all, and you don't stop until the beat, y'all, rock on. Yes, y'all, and you won't stop. Kobang, no, we got to beat the short shot. Come on, yes, y'all, and you don't stop until the beat, y'all, rock on. Yes, y'all, and you won't stop. Kobang, no, we got to beat the short shot. Come on. I feel like Miss Musa, not rich in gold, but I'm rich in soul. Been in tune since I wore the big jabos, but the adolescence was neglecting the kid. Get me deflected and disrespected from popping them beans in me. So clap it up for the kid, cause I chose to make a change. But don't make me jump back in my bag, I back up and let it rain. We on the road to the riches, I'm tired of catching trains. Dropping confidence over losses, you never catch a game. I keep my head up till a nigga get his bread up. Mom's living good and all my little brothers set up. Cop a couple acres, 4 out in the sticks. Put a mind at ease and get my family out of the bricks. That's life goes, racing through my brain when the lights glow. These Ray-Bans make me hard to read like a typo. Illustrating my story while studying those before me. I highly respect the history spits and they can't ignore me. Yes, y'all, and you don't stop until the beat, y'all, rock on. Yes, y'all, and you won't stop. Kobang, no, we got to beat the short shot. Come on, yes, y'all, and you don't stop until the beat, y'all. Rock on. Yes, y'all, and you won't stop. Kobang, no, we got to beat the short shot. Come on. Rest in peace to the immaculate Sean P, man. Prodigy of Mobb Deep, and everybody I lost in my life this year. Money Mo, we miss you, baby girl. My big bro D Booty, man. My little bro Blick About, man. I swear to God, we miss you, my nigga. That's on God, man. My little nigga Ransom, Fat Dude. Auntie Tanya, I miss you. Shit is real, man. Can't let y'all down. So this is only for the real. So this is only for the real.